So today's challenge is going to be a good one. It's the battle of the 200 irons. We're going to put the Ai200, the new one from Callaway, up against the T200 from Titleist. Remember, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends. So here we go, guys. We've got a really interesting battle today. T200 versus Ai200. Two forged heads, two forged faces. The irons are kind of going up against each other. You can see where Callaway are coming from with this iron. It's only been released about a week or so now. T200 has been out just a little over a year. They seeded this last July, I think it was, at the Open. It's been an absolute beauty of an iron for us in terms of performance in the bay, which is brilliant. Ai200 is brand new, so it's an iron that we haven't tested, we haven't tried too much. It's going to be interesting to see how these numbers stack up. On first look, they are very similar in the way they look. You know, they've kind of got that complete back to them. Behind the golf ball, overall, you know, they're not too dissimilar. I think from my perspective, Ai200, the Callaway, is a little bit chunkier on the top line. It's a little bit more rounded in the toe section. The T200 there looks as if, maybe my eyesight there, but it looks as if it feels, from a visual perspective, it's got a little bit more offset on that. We know the performance of these. You've seen some of our videos. You can go back a year ago and watch some of the videos where I tested this for the first time, and this was a really, really good iron. I think this year with T200 though, it has been sometimes a little bit left out because of the success of T150. I think T150 has taken that guy that wants a more of a better looking iron, or more of a bladey, traditional type looking club, because it's that much more forgiving and a very powerful iron. It's such a success for Titleist that it might have nicked a bit of the T200 customer. It'll be interesting to see how Ai200 performs. I mean, they've brought out this range. It marries in with the Apex irons that they've already got on the market. We've been crying out for this type of iron for a while from Callaway. It's a part of the market for me that they've struggled with in recent years. They know that. They haven't really sort of changed the game in any sort of shape for them. It makes it very difficult when you've got this type of player, that sort of T200 P790 type player, to go and have a look at a Callaway iron when you haven't got this available. So this will be an interesting test. So look, let's start with the Ai200. So let's see this. This will be my first whack, if you like, with that. Like I say, overall looks okay. A little bit more squattier, a little bit more rounded, a little bit more thicker on the top edge. But overall, let's see how it performs. Not great when you thin it. Okay. So one of the interesting things with this iron is that they want it to be a player's type iron, but with loads of forgiveness, right? So Ai300 is the more forgiving of the two irons. It's the one that's going to pop it up a bit higher. This one's a bit more of a player's iron. So, oh, that was lovely. I've set these up in one flat, so kind of my new lie angle, thanks to some fittings I've had this year, 3 degrees less than what I'm used to. Some decent ball speeds there. Feels good. Feels really good. Flight on it's insane. Popped up lovely, that. Have a look at some of the numbers there. 133 ball speed, wow. So that one there, carry 204. So a very, very powerful 7 iron. In fact, a crazy powerful 7 iron. A little bit thin. Quite like that one, a bit thin. The reason I say I quite like it is because it wasn't a very good strike, and consistency of flight was pretty good. Let's have a look at consistent speed. 130 ball speed out of something. The only downside to that I'm seeing straight away is the spin rate is quite low. So although it's going a long way, which is great, the spin rate on this is quite low. But in terms of look and feel, yeah, very, very good iron. Just do one more. Don't really like that swing, but overall a really, really good iron. Yeah, it surprised me that actually I was gonna be a little bit here we go, Callaway Apex iron, what's it gonna be like? But actually, do you know what? Felt off the face really, really good. Performance, a couple of those shots, obviously there's some really ropey ones in there that were my swing. The spin rate on that was a little low. I wonder if that's a little bit of readings as well. But ball speed was really good, and I think that guy that wants this, you know, if you're a player that wants this type of iron, you want to see good ball speeds. And you know, do you know what? Ai200, give it some credit. I mean, that was ripped. Give it some credit, has got some great ball speed. So let's grab the next one. So let's grab T200, grab a few balls here. I just love this iron. Should really be playing it. It's so biased, that, isn't it? So bad. I just really like this iron. 132, 200, bit better ball speed. I think we've got a bit of a ball issue there. Do you know what, guys? I think Ai200 is definitely coming close to a really good challenge. Both of these irons feel absolutely brilliant. They feel great off the face, they look good. I think when it comes to this type of iron, performance-wise, they're coming out very similar. I mean, the spin rate was ridiculous on that one. Well, I've nutted that a few times there. Ball speed off this iron is really, really good. 134, very, very similar. You know, I've hit this iron so many times that I know what it's going to do. And do you know what's really fascinating for me is that the Ai200 from Callaway is actually an iron that is going to match it. Normally, I've seen the irons from Callaway over recent years been quite weak. They have been quite disappointing, shall we say, in terms of the distance they've provided. But I tell you what, the ball speed off that is really good. I think when you're looking at these two irons, it's going to be coming down to two things: the look and the feel, to which one you prefer. Because I tell you what, performance-wise, they're really, really close. So it's time to go on head-to-head and see which one I prefer. Remember, these are my preferences, so you may see slightly differently, but let's start with that look. Now, I actually don't mind this satin finish. I think the one thing that's putting me off, just from a visual perspective on AI, I actually think from the back it looks really cool, would be that top line. On 200 for me, it's just a little bit too thick and a little bit too rounded. As much as I actually hit it quite nicely, but the look wise, I think I'm gonna give it to the T200. In terms of feel, now this is close because you guys know how much of a fan I am of this T200 iron. However, I'm actually gonna give the feel to the Callaway. That feel off of this face was really nice to hit, and it was tight, it's really close, but actually for me the Callaway just edged it on the feel. In terms of price, well, these two irons are incredibly similar in price, so let's call that a draw, because you're talking pennies between the two. In terms of custom options, well, what Callaway have done this year is they've changed their custom options from a custom fitting perspective, because they've changed the way they allow us as fitters to fit. They've changed the new cog system on the iron. It's the first time they've done that, so there's a few more options in there. You can flat the lie, weaken the loft, so there's a few more options in there. But overall, in terms of shaft options, in terms of flexibility and what we can do with this product, the ability to blend product, so you can blend this with other Apex models, you can blend this with the other T-Series models. There's so much scope with this middle iron in both ranges. So I think I'm gonna have to say from a custom fitting perspective, it's gonna have to be a draw. So it comes down to overall performance. So they've won one, and we've drawn two. So it's a tie. So really it's coming down to overall performance. And I said it over there on the mat that for me, T200 has been an absolute game changer of an iron. It's been a brilliant iron. T150 even better, but look, let's not keep going into that. T200 is a brilliant iron, and the performance on this iron is absolutely superb. However, Ai200 is a little surprise rocket. It's a little surprise, and I think that Callaway golfer that has been itching for a powerful, performance-led, forged iron need to have a go with this iron. They need to have a go and see how they feel. So for me, overall performance-wise, you saw it, the ball speeds were similar. I'm going to have to call it a draw. So sadly, guys, Callaway have come out, Ai200 iron against the T200 from Titleist. It's going to have to be a simple draw. Guys, I hope that was helpful. It's always great to do little head-to-heads in the middle of a season when new companies bring out new product, which is fantastic. But for more videos, for more content, please hit that subscribe button, tell your golfing friends, and remember, make some comments in the boxes below of the things that you would like to see us go head-to-head against, or product you want me to review.